Hi guys. Um, Before I get to animation, I want to fix something real quick. You see this layout? I added this yesterday, and immediately a friend told me it kinda blends into the program. So that's why I want to change it to green, so it doesn't disturb that much. So it's more, because green, I like green, you know. Let me get the picture first. Yeah, I can't invite you to that. It's I should have been working on this long ago, but I was working on my own collabs, so that's why I'm kind of late working on this. And I'm pretty much the only one working on part right now, or actively posting progress. Collab is kind of silent. So here's the image. Add another guide layer. Now I can clearly see the buttons. Not this. I only need to change the gray buttons. The blue ones are what you see when I press the button. I make two symbols. One for the white and one for the gray buttons. Oh, unlucky. I see the issue. I color this different than black. How about dark blue? Oh, it's not black, it's transparent. In that case, I just add a border. Oh no. Forgot how to select with this tool. We just make a square and then click this again, or press L. Right click? No. Yo, what's going on? Escape. Okay. This looks broken as hell. What the heck? I just select a different tool. Let me try this. I'm holding Shift so the selection remains. Ah, it doesn't work. Yeah, I'm just going to make multiple symbols then, because it's difficult to select those keys. White keys. 1. So now that I made a symbol out of this, I'm going to go to filters and adjust the color. Oh wait, I can do it without the filters. I can just go to color and tint. Dark green maybe? I like this green. Okay. Oops. Welcome to the stream, Julio. Okay, this is what I selected. White keys 2. Can I just paste it inside here? It will be a different position. Never mind. In that case, I'm just going to make white keys 3 and white keys 4. Only the space button is left.
The rain, order a rapper for lunch and spit out the chain, then kick a lungy off the tip of his timbo and trick a honey dip into a game of strip limbo. Odd, he couldn't find no remorse. A wink is as good as a nod to a blind horse. Of course, his technique was from a divine source. Never knew the price of ice or what swine cost. One guy tried to bite the heat. It's when he discovered the other white meat. Oh, the one they hate so well. Sure keeps his cycle like the old Bates Motel. They came to ask him for at least some new tracks, but only got confronted by the beast with 2 backs. Knock. Mouse is a made man. Villain laid it down like the best laid plan. Bell the cat, who the hell is that near the middle? Got y'all, but it's not all bear and skittles. Prepare the vittles. Got riddles and spittles. Crystal clear to the jot or the tittle. It's hot off the griddle. Came to take the cake whether there's a lot or a little. Kaboom. Doom is nervous large. You could tell by his blooming room service charge. Dark and tall to boot. The only thing was wrong is he was bald as a coot. Used to ran the van from Peter Pan to Red and Tan, and keep the human foot for his dead man's hand. This was when the mask was brand spanking new, before it got rusted from drinking all the brew. Stankin' too, pew. Kept all his earnings in the bank in a shoe. Spat what he knew, Energy for true. To all fake rap, it's 23 skidoo. Excuse you, any room in the class front? For a blast of the blunt, shrooming since last month. Doom a human in the mask, born to stunt. Danger zooming past, mad fast on the hunt. Keep your streets, we got the city neatly conquered. Discreetly with the CD till they be completely bonkered. The fans demanded it, handle it, swallow it. His own
I put all of this in one symbol.
Nah, she could get messy. Feds try to torture him for the secret recipe. He said it's no use, I only know half. No speaker to
And break
English, I
apart
only do the
all
math.
the inside symbols.
Felt no pain. His brain
And then
saturated
just
with
make
cocaine
this
and Rogaine. He said try scan,
tinted.
no thing, 3 card dead. Fly man go for bling, he got bled. Eye jam over sting, see spots red.
Okay.
I am sofa king. We
Now the
are
gray
dead.
keys. Also, remove the line tools in here.
Not so fast. Loses meaning. I am so with you say funny thing.
Sorry. Okay. all gray keys. Go inside the symbol and break apart the symbols. And tint it again. That's it. Oh yeah, remove the border lines too. Okay, now all left is remove the guide layer and export image. Keyboard layout. It was, where was it? Input overlay. German. I put my name in it so I know it's my own one. Shockup. Minimum image area. Yep, that's the right settings. Now if I go to OBS, I should be able to select my own one. There we go. It's a bit too dark in my opinion. Oh, hi Bapple, hi Pharaoh. Yeah, it's too dark. I'm going to put all of this in one symbol. And make it brighter. Oh no, not like this. Yo, what the heck? Nah. I'm fine with this. Let's export it. Replace this one. Sure. Hold on. What did I do? Export image. I just rename it to. I just added two at the end. And take this one. Okay. Okay, then I don't need this one. Delete. Rename. Okay, I'm done. Okay, much better. Save as. keyboard layout. Now to animation. All right. Where did I leave off? I see. Let me... So here's the code. Is there a way to rewind? It plays at frame 1000 at frame 1300. So frame 1300 is around where my part starts. But then it will just continue to play, and I don't want that. I want it to stop when my part ends. Maybe here, 1500. Is that the right command? Let's try it out. Now if I play, oh, that's wrong. I can't do that. It first has to go to this frame, and then I have to make a new layer, a new frame here with new code. So this frame is where it has to rewind. Previous scene? What does that do? Let me just Google it. Whoa, I have a better idea. So at frame 2, it will skip to frame 1300. And I just have to do the same thing after my part is done. So then it will loop. It will always go back to frame 1300. That's what I have to do. Let's try it out. Yeah. Now we have a loop. I'll make another overlay for the animation so it keeps playing on the stream. Window capture. Okay. Here. I don't know where to put it. Okay. Let's go. I'm noticing an error I did. I stopped animating the enemies here. But it's not actually the border. Where's he's still visible. He has to go all the way here. Now, I thought this was the border, but it's not. Here too. What? Okay. Okay. I keep saying okay, but okay. Yeah, there are multiple sections or segments in No Break. I don't really know much about the collab. I just know that I have to make a part in this section. There's probably a massacre room type like killing black stickman in a box in a still standing box kinda part. And yeah, I don't really know the other parts. Oh yeah, there was the one where I know the ending. I know a bit of the ending because people posted it on their channels. The ending is, I think, a white stickman, and the enemies are red, and there's a lot of red stickmen dying. I don't know. I don't remember it that much though. Whenever I look for a layer that's locked, I just go to the show all layers and outlines, and that will tell me what outline color the layer has that's locked. So see, it's not this one because this is a masked layer. But for example, here, this has to be it. And the purple outlines belongs here. So yeah, that's how I find layers that are locked. I don't even need to animate her right now, I just need to add enemies. Okay, never mind, let's animate her. Make some attacks. And then add enemies, that's how I did it before. Maybe a swing here. Too fast. I draw the arc first. The arc, the curve of the of the swing. Like this. My body is leaning down because the hit is going downwards. I'll add the arms later. The arcs will help me to tell where her arms are placed. I have to get to the next swing quickly. I want to do like a multi-hit. Maybe here already she can hit again. I like that arc. Maybe her knee is a bit too far back. So her sword is like here, and then it's around here. can stay a bit longer in the air. Now I let that land. This will be a swing like this. It goes backwards because the sword is going down and up. And then her arm probably like this. Maybe she turns around for this one too. Okay, maybe like this. Oh, never mind. I don't have to make her upper body go backwards. She can just lean back like this. Looks a bit goofy, but I think that's the right choice in this case. She's like looking back at the enemy she just sliced, making a few steps backwards. It looks fast, I'll space it out later. Oops, bit down. I move it back a bit. Okay, let's base it out now. One more. Okay. Is the collab invite only? First of all, hi Bernie. Yes, probably. That's the way. I didn't get invited. I asked to join, but I was asking to join No Break Collab 1 already, and I was put to the waiting list, but JH ended up forgetting about me. So then I asked again when he announced the second, like the sequel, and that's when I got invited to the server. But I think if before you get invited, he will have to know, like look into some. He wants to look into some of your recent projects, just to see if you can keep up with the skill level of this collab, if that makes sense. Because this collab is very advanced, I think. At least from what I've seen, there's nobody's going easy on this. Damn. How am I going to do this? So this is a hit. I like to space out hits. Like make this a triple frame. Here's another hit. Not every hit is heavy. So small arcs, I'm just going to, like very small arcs. Maybe this is a quick one. Maybe this is good as a single frame. Okay, this one is also kind of fast. Maybe this also. Never mind. It looks like she's stopping in mid-air. That's why I'm not going to use triple frames. I just use double frames. Let me do double frames for everything, not gonna lie. Let me see. Okay. I think that's a good idea. Make everything double frames and then remove those that I don't think I need. Like here maybe. Right after the hit. Also here right after the hit. I don't need this. Right before the hit. Not bad. Here she's kind of falling back. She's still falling back here. Not that much. By the way, your part is looking sick as hell. Also props to who made the background. Thank you. That's just 3 hits. I want to make more. I want to add more to the multi-hits. Like this is hit 3. Maybe as she's falling back, she makes another unexpected hit. Probably downwards. But then again, she has to balance herself from the hit. Because her arm is moving like this. And then after the hit, the arm should be like around here. And probably, I don't want to make her turn again. But her arm has to be down and her body has to be down. Maybe she's sidestepping. Could also be an option. Nah, I don't know how to make it look good. Maybe this can already be here. Now she's getting back to her balanced position. Also, I managed to make her go back to the line. Just want to see how the head is moving. Oh, did I accidentally change the layer? Yeah, I did. I continued animating her on this layer. That's not the idea. See how her head is following kind of an arc. Oh man, I can't speak. Okay. I don't need this no more. Ah, this is not good. She's just going to look back upwards. She's looking back to what's in front of her. Right now she's looking at the ground. And this is just so I can have a reason for her to fall back even further. Because she wants to check her environment. And while she does that, she's going to do another swing. The last swing looked like this. And then, oh, here's another swing. That goes forwards. And then this is probably single frame, and then this is the swing backwards.
Never mind, I let her spin again. But very quickly. The spin wasn't a good idea. Let's see how this works out. Just need to track the head. Make sure it stays in the arc. Okay, this is a bit drastic. See how it looks. Yeah, this looks fine now. This one, but this looks a bit drastic now. So instead of that, I'm doing a bit lower. She's falling back too far. And therefore it looks a bit janky. She doesn't have to bend down this much. Looks a bit unprofessional. For a sportswoman. She has to be more upright. Not lose balance so easily. At least I'm understanding my mistakes. Like this looks a lot better now. She just slows down a lot when falling back. I don't like that. Maybe add another swing. Because she has plenty of time. This is a swing. This is a really big swing here. But it seems I have another swing here. Never mind. Swing has to be earlier. right here. How does sword look like? The sword is here, 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 around here, then here, here, here. Now I could bring it forward. I could prepare a swing here. Because it's like here, and then she could swing around. This one needs a smear frame, I think. And then this is the swing. Wait, what? What did I just do? Did I go backward instead of forward? How bad? Okay, so this is the recovery from the swing. First sword is here, and then she prepares the next swing. This is the swing. Yes, perfect. So the sword is kind of like here, and then boom. This part needs to be changed. I don't know how to fix this. I just leave it like this. It's not that bad of a pose, is it? I guess I make it like... And that's how to fix it. But now she needs more time for this smear. This swing. Just make it here. Still too slow. Oh, this is another possibility. Yes. Single frame here. Double frame here. Actually, this doesn't need a double frame. Oh, it does. This doesn't need a double frame, right? If you're wondering how I'm deciding if something needs a single or a double frame, most of the time, sometimes it's intuition, sometimes, and most of the times, it's a single frame if it's the frame exactly before the hit and right after the hit. Because right before the hit, the movement is not supposed to be seen. It's not supposed to be seen very long because the attention has to go to the hit frame. That's why it also works out pretty well if I make a single frame in the frame right before the hit. And same for after the hit. This frame also shouldn't be shown too long because you're right after a swing and this frame is still really fast. So the movement builds up to the hit. This is where you can use triple frames and then double frames. And then as closer as you get to the hit, as less frames are needed. Because the speed is building up to that point. And then at the hit, you can actually use 4 frames or 3 frames. But I'm using 2 frames. Also single frame works, whatever you want, depending on how long you want to show the hit. If it's like punching, I could use like 4 frames in a row. Like in the fighting, hand-to-hand fighting scenario. But it's a sword fighting and running, so that's why I don't need to show the thing too long. Because it's still a smear frame. It looks good if you combine a lot of smear frames in a row as single frames. It's kind of complicated and I don't really know how to explain it the best, but I'm trying. Let's see how I did it here. I'm using double frames constantly for the hits here. But here I used a single frame in the frame right before the hit. Because she's also supposed to turn really fast. You see this? Her leg is kicking back very fast and getting back to position. I really like this part. I'm kind of proud of it. So this is a single frame right before the hit. She makes the hit. And then she has this very exaggerated position with her leg. And then quickly there's another single frame and her leg is back very close to the body. Looks like she's hitting and stretching out her body in an exaggerated way. And let's see the next hit. Here also I'm using a single frame right before the hit. And here as well. A single frame right before the hit. I have made 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4th one. Here as well, single frame, double frame, single frame. Five. That's cool. I made five swings in this interaction. 6 even. Yeah, that's what I call a multi-hit. Now it looks like she's hitting a lot of enemies. Like she's not doing a single step without swinging her sword here. That's what the idea of this collab is. Shouldn't have a lot of breaks. Okay, now let me draw her other arm and her hair and the rest. The weapon is originally very long. I'm trying to make it seem long as good as I can. Because when a weapon is moved like this, like in front of her, like pointing to the camera, it obviously looks shorter, but then when it's in a straight line behind her, it's probably back to this size. So this is not really resizing, it's just the perspective that makes it look a different size. This doesn't really look that smooth here. Making it thicker is kind of a smear. It's a mechanic that makes it look a bit smeared. See this? Looks like there was a smear, but it's not really a smear. It just went thick for one frame. Oh no, what did I do here? Oh, I see. The sword is here. So this arm is going backwards and back forwards, because she's in between two steps. Now it's going back forward, and this arm is going behind her head. So is the weapon. I just adjust the smear so it matches sword. Let me update the Swift file. Okay. I just keep animating her, honestly, because to think about how her arms are placed takes more time than adding more length to the animation. Because I just noticed this part looks a bit inappropriate. Yeah, it looks like she's slowing down just because of her body moving upward. She still has to lean forward to make it look like she's trying to get out of the room or something, not slowing down. And I could go a bit further here. Yeah, the leg could already be crossed. Animating and speaking out my thoughts makes me kind of slow. I don't even know how many people are listening, but I just do that. So it's not, it's a bit educational, so you guys know what I'm thinking, what goes through my head while I'm creating the new frame. Hopefully some of you could learn of this, learn of my process. I'm not perfect, but I think I could still help people out. Okay, this is the same frame, essentially. Also feel free to type in the chat. I'm always looking to see new messages, but that way I also know if you're watching, because I don't really look into my video, into my stream. Or if you have an advice for me, that is also something you could type. Nice. This looks like the perfect pose for another hit. Oh yeah, the idea was to bring her back to the line. Oops. Wait, what? So her arm is like here. Okay. So her head is going forward, backwards as she crosses her legs. Yeah, this step is too small. There's only one frame. There's no single frame where her legs are clearly off the ground. So this needs an in-between. Yeah. Could slow this one down. First her legs getting close and then her legs crossing each other. I'm holding control to do this. It's a very useful way of transforming. Hitting control and clicking on one of the transformation points. Yeah, looks better, but I have to make a single frame. Also, this leg could be more exaggerated to the back. Like this, yeah. And then the next frame is even further, and this one is landing. Okay. Never mind. This needs another frame where she's not in the air, I believe. Yeah.
Any tips on making fast-paced action look not janky? I feel like I'm missing something when trying to animate fast movement. Yeah. I also had this issue just now. I had a lot of slow, slowed down movement or janky balancing. Like my character tried to balance herself and made this weird head bouncing. And what I do to fix that is just add more hits. Adding more hits in between movements that looks janky. I don't want to make it a rule, but for me that solves the problem mostly. Like here, where was the hit I had added? I already forgot which hit I think I added this one. And then, yeah, I think it went from this hit straight to this hit. And in between that, there was just janky head bouncing. And I fixed that by making her arm go from here to here. So this is the preparation frame for the next hit. And because of the hit, I'm forced to make a decent pose out of it. And I'm also forced to make her balance herself after the hit. Like after this swing, she's forced to be, her arm is forced to be like this. What did I do here? Move that frame. The hits themselves, they tell you how the frames are supposed to look. Like if you have a frame, if you have a pose like this, you know the frame before that has to be this arm kind of preparing for the hit. And this arm is in the front maybe, the legs are kind of crossed or something. You know that if you have this frame, this has to be before that, something like this. And after that, you know there has to be some kind of recovery from the hit. So the hits are useful guides for you, for your movement. If you have a lot of movement with no actual, with no actual hitting, then your choreography is either going to slow down a lot, or your movement is just janky. I don't know how to explain it. Also try to have very fast recovery from the hits. Like right after this hit, the next recovery frame is a single frame, and then I'm already preparing for the next hit. See, this is also a single frame, but it still adds up. It still makes sense that you go from this to this. So this is a recovery frame, and at the same time it's also an anticipation frame for the next hit. So try to experiment a good way to use as less frames as possible in between the hits. That will help you making fast choreography. Same here. I have just 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this one has 4 frames after the hit. It's probably this is the recovery from the hit. She's balancing herself, but she's also preparing for
Like right after she crosses her legs, she goes for the next hit. And here is only 2 frames again. No break 2 Ts again. I'm working on this daily until I'm done. You're welcome for the tips. I'm trying my best to learn how to explain things as well, so it's good for both of us. Asking questions to me also helps me formulating answers to questions for the future. Maybe next time someone asks me this question, I won't need more than 2 minutes to explain it. Okay, let me actually check how long I've been streaming for today. For over 2 hours. Okay. I think I can go for 1 more hour. What can I make out of this hour? I just used the same process as the last 2 days. I've added some hits. I'm pretty satisfied with the choreography. Now I will just add some enemies, and that will be really fast. Maybe I still have time for the hair then. Okay, I still want to fix this movement at the end here. Maybe not always going to the next running step. Maybe switch up the movement. Maybe some dodge in between, or I don't know, bending down or something. Or sprinting really fast. I might change this tomorrow. I just want more variety in the movement. I already think my part right now looks very unique. Has a lot of creative moves. Creative movement. Just need to in between. You can see the stream production quality is increasing because of my overlays. Has to be the overlays. looking at my OBS studio and seeing the keyboard like that, displaying when I hit the key, that motivates me. It's a small motivation boost. Was worth it. Yeah, leg needs to be off the ground here. There's no rules. There's no consistent frames I have when making the run cycle. Like, it's not always 2 drawings of her in the air or 5 drawings of her crossing her legs. It switches up a lot depending on how I want the step to look like. Because if it's always the same, you could make a symbol that loops, but then it's just like the default enemy stick. And I don't want that. I want the character to move with character, with personality in her steps even. A lot of people don't even do that. They still just copy their move, their loop, their run cycle loop. She's bent down too much. Okay, I stop here. I stop here with adding more frames, I mean. This is the hit. To do something like this. What is that? What shortcuts do you use for pushing a symbol in front or behind? I didn't do that a single time, but I know how to do that. So let's say this is a symbol. I just make it a group. I hit Ctrl G for that. Let's go inside the group, call it differently. So the red group is in front of the black group. To shift it to the back, you hit Control down or Control up. That switches the placement. Also, if there's a lot of groups, let's say, I just add one more. Make it green. Let's say I want to put it way behind to the last, like as the furthest layer behind. I just hit Control Shift and down. Then it's instantly at the bottom. And if I hit Control Shift and up, it's instantly at the top. Okay. Yo, that's the I've got an issue colors, red, green, and black. You can find a lot of things out in Flash if you just think of a shortcut, and for example, let's say I have this selected, and then just try out all the shortcuts, and then you know what they do. For example, it's not a long ago I found out if I hold Shift and arrow keys while something is selected. Okay, what? If I click arrow keys, then it moves a little, but if I hold Shift, then it moves bigger steps. And now I'm using that all the time. Instead of these micro steps. Hold Shift and arrow keys. For control, nothing happens. Control Shift also does nothing. But you can just experiment, like think of some keyboard shortcut without knowing if it exists or not, and then just use it to find out if it does something or not. That's why you use a lot of shortcuts. Or maybe I should just make a video about all the shortcuts I found out in Flash. But I don't think many people will need that. I could make one for the Discord server. Yo, I like this. This could be like a step to the front. I could make a multi-step attack. That's real fencer move. I'll write that down for the next stream. I make a guide layer. I'm not going to make a storyboard. I never do that. I think that's too much time spent. But I just make a note for my next stream. Multi-step. If you want, you could... Yo, that's a good idea. Thanks, Achan. Shortcut sheets. Yeah, I could make a list of all the shortcuts I do. You know what? I'll do it right at the end of this animation stream. I'm thinking too much. Let's just do the enemies, that's the easiest thing to do. This is the next hit. Around here I can enter the new enemy. Okay, this is definitely resizing. I just make him small, so this doesn't happen. Mostly resizing happens because you started the character too tall. Split his body in half. Oh no! I ended up like every other NPC stickman. make his head and the rest of the body flip around. I not do the blot until the very end. I made one blot effect just as a guide for the coloring. Like, this is the colors I will use for the blot, but until I'm done with the animation, you won't see me adding more blot. But the hair I wanna kinda do today as well. I need to hurry up. Because doing hair at the end is so frustrating, believe me, bro. Because you have to make the entire animation of hair and you don't know what side the stick figure character is facing. But if you do it right as you animate the character, then you don't have to think that much. If you do it at the end, you don't really know what the stickman is doing anymore. You have forgotten what you were thinking. Don't forget the end is here, not here. So she has to, or the stickman has to slide. To make it faster, I just copy this frame. I'll make another frame and then copy that one. Make small adjustments. Now copy this. Now let it bounce one time. Double frame. Double frame here too. Now. Double frame. I don't want it to be completely double framed and not completely single frame. That's why I'm switching it up. It's actually a technique that's I've seen being used a lot. The playlist has over 300 songs, and for some reason it still plays the same song sometimes. Like, what the heck? I set it to random, not to loop. Put this on a different layer, because it falls in a different speed. Roll around. While also moving to the left. Not roll that much though. Just lie on the ground now. What is this? Is that a fill? Oh. Didn't mean to do that. Ah, too fast. Also needs to move more in the air. It's stuck in the same position. But it's not too much difference. Not enough. Change the arc because of the speed that it falls. Just gonna have a double frame. Was a good decision to give it double frames. I also have more time to animate the blood here.
Oh man, I remember watching the first 15-minute 15 minute animation tournament, is that what it means? And didn't understand how some of those guys were so efficient with their keybinds. I didn't even understand what they were doing. I probably still don't get it. I'm assuming it means 15-minute animation tournament. Let me Google that up. 15 MAT. MAT practice. 15 MAT compilation. Oh, sorry. I just needed some hydration. Damn, these guys must be crazy if they use that much keybinds. Oh, that's TJB's channel, what the heck? I was looking at the profile picture and I thought it was some random stickman animator, but then I see TJB. I don't really care about fast animation. Like, I don't take it that serious to be super fast. I prefer working with good results. If I can do them fast, that's also good, but being slow as an animator isn't an issue. It's just an issue if you don't finish. But I must say, my speed in animating improved a lot. I'm just being slow right now because the topic of the animation is difficult. But when I'm just practicing, there's a lot of times I get animations done in one stream and then make a time lapse out of it. Like most of my time lapses are animations done in like 1 hour or like one stream. If it's more than one stream, and then I'm not motivated to make a time lapse because I have to download multiple streams. What's up, Apple? Don't talk like that in my stream, bro.
I think I remember something like that. It wasn't Hatena hosting that. Oh yeah, now I remember. 15-minute animation, like speed battle. Makes sense. I found out what the shortcut of it meant. I was thinking, how did I come up with that? It doesn't really make sense. I'm just guessing. I'm just making shit up, bro. The hair, I don't know if it's actually natural movement at this point. But including all sides of the hair in the animation, that's something I always try to do. Not have the hair just one directional. Here it's probably like this, because she's swinging from the back to the front, so she's probably looking at the front right now. That means her hair have to show in the back. She has white hair, wide and long in the back. Oh man. I think this is good enough. Next frame. Now this kind of makes sense. She's facing this way. Yeah, you don't notice what she's doing that much. It looks smooth enough. So it doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. Not gonna lie, a lot of the gaming soundtrack in my playlist, I haven't even played the game, but I know the OST of it, and I really like it. That's why it's in the playlist. For example, Shantae, I haven't played that at all. Well, there's a lot of Sonic games I have played a lot in the past. That's why, like even Sonic Rush Adventure, I played that on Nintendo. Yo, Bapple, what's your favorite Sonic game?
not this song again, man. Give me some variety.
What is this eraser size? Ah, come on, Beppe. Then just name a Sonic game that looks cool that you think you'd totally play. The only Sonic games I played are Sonic Rush Adventure, Sonic Colors, bought the Nintendo version, and Sonic Generations on Xbox. I haven't played the only Sonic game I wish I played as well is Sonic Unleashed. I didn't receive the game. Oh yeah, I've played a lot of Sega related Sonic games, like Sonic All-Stars Racing Transform and that tennis Sega game that also has Sonic in it. Open world Sonic game? Nah, hell nah, bro. That's like one of the worst games in the entire franchise, in my opinion. Isn't that 3DS only? Unleashed? Unleashed is the one where he... Oh no. Don't say... It's not a bad game. The one you're saying. Like the Olympics with Mario. But it's definitely not the best choice of I wish to play that game. Compared to all the other Sonic games. All the other platformer Sonic games. I kinda wish I played Sonic CD, even though it's so old. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I played Sonic Mania as well. Sonic Mania was so hard for me. Like, in comparison to all the other platformers, Sonic Mania was really hard. All the other Nintendo platformers I played, which is only Sonic Rush Adventure and Sonic Colors. It was really cool. Like this, the map building, the maps, the way the maps are designed is really impressive. Like some things in the map are just creative if you think about it. And also fun and gameplay wise. And the music goes hard. I have so many Sonic Mania soundtracks in this playlist. Just cause they're so good. She's facing down a bit. But I didn't end up finishing the game, ever. I might have to. it just got really hard. I died so much, and then I just gave up. I didn't give up. I just it's not really giving up. I was just tired of the. I guess it's giving up. I don't know. Hate to admit it, but that game is really hard, especially at the end. Oh yeah, Sonic Colors, the soundtrack also goes really hard. Bro, Bapple, stop making these jokes, man. Bro, I didn't save in a long time. Lucky Flash didn't crash. I have to include her power. Maybe the stream after tomorrow. Because tomorrow I'm going to do the multiple step. And right after that, she's going to have a post like this. And doing like a special move where she does her power. Her ability is creating the shockwaves when she swings her sword. And I want to make like creative, maybe I make the also the shockwave is made out of her blood, her own blood. So it's not like literally like blue, the stick figure. It's a red shockwave with black inside, and the red is just blood. And she can make shockwaves in any shape. Like in my dojo pit fight part, she had like spiky shockwave. She can, in theory, she can make a sword as well. But it's not as detailed then, it's just a kind of a star. I don't know. I still have to experiment with it. And yeah, she has a lot of blood. She doesn't lose any blood, basically, for making these attacks. Because she has a lot of blood in her body. More than a normal human being. Therefore, she's not that good at hand combat. She always fights with her sword. And without her sword, she also doesn't have the shockwave abilities. And she cannot manipulate as much blood. Make sure the hair is not inconsistent. It's always same amount. Maybe the hair is a bit in the back here. I'm taking this collab as a chance to demonstrate my character's powers. Because it wouldn't be about the characters if it was just a random stickman fighting. I wouldn't be part of it. Because there's enough of collabs like that. But not everyone has a character like mine. Okay, 1 hour has almost passed and I'm still at the last frames of the hair. Still got to do the enemies.
I wish I got a no break.
Yeah, everyone does. You're not alone, Battle. But the people that wish to get in this collab, most of them are not in it because they are not good enough. That's just what I from the people I've seen asking or wishing to be inside. The only reason they're still not in the collab is because JH didn't acknowledge, or you didn't ask JH, because you could just ask him as well. Then you wouldn't have to complain, oh my god, I wish I was in this. It's still ongoing, bro. Like, maybe someone drops out, you could ask JH if he could place you in like a waiting list or something. It's not guaranteed that you can still make it, but it's worth trying to ask at least. That's what I did. I didn't get in last collab, but now that I wasn't in the first collab, but I improved since then and asked again, I got invited to the server.
LOL. Hello. Hi, Kiteword.
Oh, by the way, I was in the No Break 2 server for the longest time without a part. I just randomly pinged JH when he when he asked who wants to go next, because someone dropped out. And then he said, oh, here's the file. He just pinged me then back. So I wasn't in the list at all. I just asked because someone dropped out. So this is just a replacement part. There's nobody waiting. Right after this part, it's Macromedia's turn. And right before this part is Lunsa. So I'm chilling. I'm not on a rush. I still want to be done with this quickly. Like, work on this daily at least. Oh, this doesn't look good. She's getting so fast. There's too many single frames. Already so much better. Alright, I just quickly do the enemies and that's it. This is one of my favorite Sonic Color songs. Sweet Mountain. This and Planet Wisp. So good. How much did I animate? My part starts at 55 seconds and ends at 59 seconds. My part's almost 5 seconds long. That's 11 hits in 5 seconds. I need to think about it. This collab's also about kills. How much time do I have? Like how long is my part? I think it ends at this impact frame. I don't know what this is about. Looks like 63 seconds. Other than that, Micromedia part starts here. So maybe it's 63, maybe it's 66. It's like 7 to 10 seconds long. Maybe I should kill multiple enemies in one hit. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna do the enemies tomorrow. Instead, I'll do the list of the keybinds I'm using. Okay. So the first keybinds I want to talk about is these two. So it's I'm using Control E for this feature, smooth and Control R to stretch the lines. So I'm doing this list so that I can use it whenever I'm doing a guide or something. This doesn't work for you yet. You have to go to Edit, Preferences. Actually, I was wrong, not Preferences. You have to go to Edit. Yeah, I messed up. Now it's... Where is it? Oh, it's here. It's on my other monitor. Edit, keyboard shortcuts, and then modify, shape, smooth. You go to this setting and then you change, press the keybind and hit OK, and then it works. So this is how I smooth lines. Straighten is in the same place. I use Control. You can use any you like, but those are the ones I use. Those are custom keybinds. What else have I made custom? I think I have flip, Control. What does it show? It's this this button for me. For me, it's at the top left of my keyboard. I use Control and that, but you could also assign F1 or F2 or something that flips the thing horizontally for me. This is useful when I make like a weapon. I just have to draw one side of it and not worry about making it symmetrical. I just copy it and flip it horizontally, and then it's then it's symmetrical. And after that, I could do something like hit Control E or hit Control R sometimes. Okay, I don't know why that. You get the idea. What do I call it? Flip horizontally. Flip horizontal. That's my settings, custom. And then this is standard. In standard, I will write some keybinds that you maybe don't know. For example, you can hold shift plus click arrow keys. Is there a symbol for arrow keys? I don't know. Like arrow symbols. I think it was this particular font. I'm gonna find that font. I'm using the mouse wheel to scroll right now through the fonts. This is the simple font, Webdings. I'm just smashing the key. Oh, here. There it is. I don't know why I did that. Just arrow keys, not gonna lie. What does this do? This is move further. So you need to select something. If you select something, hold shift and hit arrow keys, it moves further. This is more of a trick instead of a keybind. Move in big steps. Select, hold shift, arrow keys. This is so, I don't know if anyone will actually use this, but if you find this helpful, I'm glad. What else? Let me type everything I know. Everything that comes to my head. Oh yeah. I know some tricks, like if you select something, want to transform it, you can hit Control. This is not so unpopular, I think. People know this. You can hit Control and Shift to do this. You can do this. This is how I make glitches. Select parts of it. Yeah, or you can use this feature here. And then move. Will I even... I don't know, man. I don't know if I need to make a tutorial about this. How do I end the stream, man? Oh man, who cares? Bye bye.